You're Lydia, who has so precise, especially with her shot shape.
How much tougher here from the rough for Gino?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, you have no margin for error. You've only got 13 yards of green from where it starts over the penalty area to over the back of the green. I mean, you have to expect Gino to err on the side of being longer here. So difficult to control from the rough. Not going to get much spin on it.
Oh, that was the concern. How about the lie?
Well, I mean, as you can see, there's a lot of fluffy, longer grass back there. She's going to have a down.
After an emotion, Thitikul, that tied Gino briefly, but then just seconds later, Gino did this.
Better approach in for Gino, and just following Lydia, not really giving Lydia any room at the moment.
Each would par the par 3 7th, and then at the 8th, Lydia was up there short of the green in 2, and Thitikul did this.
Just another mammoth drive from Gino.
And that would set her up for an eagle putt. 11 under already on the par.
Where they're playing from, there's no place to miss it.
And you can see it's a similar situation here for Gino. What's the lie like, Amy?
Not as nasty as the one we just saw from Liu, but also on this downslope. Have to be so delicate with the speed here.
Look at that. I mean, she pitched that in the rough and it still goes past the hole, but that was really well done.
And I think strategically played just a little bit more to the right, just in case that got a bigger hop than she wanted, because there's a bit more room, a bit more green to the right there than had she taken a direct line at the flag.
Look at that, how delicate that is.
And that takes a bit of courage to land it in grass that's still as long as that, trusting that it was to make a move on the leaders, but from that rough it was hard to stop.
And here's the par putt for Thitikul.
She lifted herself about 15 feet here. Coming back. Just slightly uphill.
Oh, it moved a ton. It really moved a lot on her. So that's going to be the first bogey of the day for Gino Thitikul. And she is going to fall back but still be in the lead here. A couple of bogeys yesterday, coming home at 16 and
Fairway finder when she tees it down low.
Stopped at her neighborhood Kroger to pick up some fruit, and having a little bite there, she makes the turn. And now the lead for Thitikul down to 1.
Looking to find the fairway here. Said yesterday how critical it is. It's just sometimes these fairways are so unpredictable. This is another one here. So many little mounds and ridges and bumps. Just never really quite sure where this drive might end up.
Well, Karen, we've talked about Gino Thitikul getting ready for her second.
I mentioned all those mounds and undulations in this fairway. Thitikul has found one of those little valleys. She's got 173 to the hole, and from where she is in the fairway, she cannot see the bottom of the flag stick from here.
It's like the number on the club was a 6-iron, Amy.
173 to the hole.
So she's going to land this a little bit short, let it release back to that hole. There's a slope in this green that will take the ball back there. Oh, struck it. She was expecting that to.
Lydia is going to have one from close range. It's Thitikul by 1. That'll be for bogey. And now, with Lydia Ko in there from close range, Gino Thitikul will go first for birdie.
Thitikul from long range, putting from the front to back of this green. It's downhill all the way. Watched a little bit of her on the front this morning, so you had trouble judging the speed on a few of these. We'll see how well she can gauge this one.
Wow. I'll say that was really well judged across the board.
It is going to give Lydia a putt to tie the lead. And she goes around the coin of Lydia. You see there, about 15 feet away for Lydia. And bogey at the 9th, missed the fairway, missed the green. One more look at this long putt for birdie.
I mean, it was looking awfully good.
All right, she'll write down a 4.
And now, as we take a look at Jeeno Thitikul, we can use our top tracer technology presented by Progressive Insurance. A little more concerned, but it gets a kick back towards the fairway. Yeah. Notch from Lydia Ko. She's talked about her ball striking being really good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it looks it. I mean, everything about it is exactly what you needed to do, and it was well thought out shot about where she actually needed to land that to get that result.
Thitikul, who's 13 under on the par 5 so far this week.
179 to the hole.
It's going to come back a little bit there. Advantage Lydia. It's almost like a match play battle. Back here in the final round of the Kroger Queen City Championship presented by P&G. The third time that this event has been part of the LPGA schedule, but the first time that we're here at TPC Rivers Bend. We're in Mainville, Ohio, about 25 miles north of downtown Cincinnati in the southern part of the state. It's been a very hot week here, unseasonably warm for this time of the year. And this is Jeeno Thitikul, who's going to pull the metal wood out here, the fairway metal.
Thitikul getting creative with this one. Same collection area she played up from yesterday, but a lot less green to work with. Uphill all the way to this whole location.
Grass looked like it was growing towards her. And I think that took quite a bit of steam out of it.
It's not a shot that I've seen her play that often.
No, it isn't. And it's quite the acquired
to that 20 under par number. She'd have to go birdie, birdie, eagle. That's what Karen was talking about as a potential for victory. But if Lydia knocks this in for eagle, that maybe even lower.
I mean, I think 20 with a little bit of help as well from Lydia or Gino.
Thitikul going to be first to go.
Still away after that awkward shot came up short, rolled back down. Got to get this one moving.
Oh, she'll be disappointed. You can see how steep that is. It's a good angle there from that side. That's why it was slow back up the hill. So that's going to be a 5 for Gino in a hole where she would really want to take advantage. We talked about.
Looking forward to going over to Asia. You get treated really well over there.
I just had English wine. But before that, I never shoot like 36. It's so bad. Yeah.
These two former Karen.
No, it's been quite still out there. There's been a few little gusty spots, but not too many.
Now Gino.
She's talked about how important it's been to just erase any of those bad shots, and I think just seeing her laughing, smiling with Lydia a few moments ago will go a long way in her moving forward here at the par 3. And starting to die down just a little bit.
Great venues, great champions. And how about this? On the 15th hole yesterday, remember that tough bunker shot she had?
Oh, that's ridiculously good.
Gino made birdie. Lydia had a putt that, had she missed, should have been 5 shots back late yesterday. Made it. Gino had a couple of stumbles coming in, and suddenly now Lydia leads by 2.
The 15 under par.
Right, here is the 21-year-old from Thailand, Jeeno Thitikul. This for birdie, and Lydia still with a par putt to come.
Long effort across the screen, downhill, moving left to right.
Gino from long range.
She's like, Lydia, don't get too comfy up there. I'm right here and I'm not going anywhere.
Love it. Remember the long one at 10 that was judged so well for pace? And barely missed. This one did not miss. And even Lydia says, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when you see a player giving it that sideways walk, you know that she's loving the line.
Think about what Lydia has meant to an entire generation of players. She knows what Gino felt like as a team.
Try and attain.
And you think what the LPGA has meant to Thai golf, bringing a huge event there for close to 20 years now. And Gino Thitikul is an example of what has been produced.
And you saw what it meant to Paddy Tavatanik, which she won at home, to be a home winner. It just means the world to these players.
Here's Gino's tee shot.
Right into the wind, really exposed with this elevated tee.
Yeah. Gino, part of that group of 7 tied a challenge towards the top of this leaderboard. Gino Thitikul climbing closer to Lydia Ko with this long birdie putt at the 12th. It is a head-to-head battle. A few other players trying to get into it.
I can't see where it ended up. You can't see the green at all back here from where Leo was playing from.
Yeah, just obviously having some trouble. Thitikul, though, in good shape.
.150 to the hole for Thitikul. Restarting to pick up again. It's cutting across right to left.
Probably an 8-iron. Gino.
Oh, mistake.
Wow.
Going to be chipping back into the wind, Karen, but that's thick back there.
Yeah, with not an awful lot of green.
Back at the 13th and the 3rd shot here for Gino Thitikul. Oh. Well, to have a go at holing it from that tough lie and give yourself
a bit off the where the fringe and the green met, that little ridge that you get there.
That'll be for par. Back to 13.
And trying to save par here, Jeeno Thitikul.
On a similar line to Liu's putt as well. She's just on this ridge below the hole, about 12 feet down the hill, sliding to the left.
That's bad timing.
Bad, really, Karen, to make a bogey from the middle of the fairway like that.
Yeah, with, I mean, only 150 yards left.
2 up, even through the 8th hole today, but now 3 behind.
Well, the important thing for Gino, I mean, she's obviously not going with the driver here, Amy, but is to just keep plugging away. Just keep hitting quality shots, try and make some putts.
Yeah, the team moved up at this hole today, playing 401 yards.
And Gino's very pragmatic too. She knows that she has no influence over what Lydia does.
Nearly influenced her there.
Yeah.
.25 or so feet away.
122 for Thitikul, ball just below her feet. Wind starting to pick up again. It is helping.
Now a chance for Gino at 14.
Yeah, we saw her roll in a long one a few holes back here. She's got about 20 feet here from the back of the screen, down the hill, breaking right to left.
Okay, long one to the 12th, a long one to the 14th, and the lead is 2.
Left.
Okay, long one. It's going to be for a 65. 15.
Yeah, 4 holes to play. No need for driver here for Thitikul.
Par 4 playing 425 today, the longest we've seen it so far this week.
Stand on the path, please.
Hole location. They want to run out of fairway.
Downwind, really hard to get the ball to stop.
Just 3 birdies all day at that 16th.
Ball of Jeeno Thitikul just below her feet here, Amy.
Yeah, from the first cut, just off the right side of this fairway. Wind's starting to pick up again now. Downwind. She's got 125 to the hole.
Careful, careful. Oh, it's a mistake there. Not going to get down to the penalty area, but we're back here in the final round of the Kroger Queen City Championship, presented by P&G. Little technical issue there, but let's watch Thitikul. And that would
Be pretty good. About 20 under would be pretty good, but here she is, 22. She's blowing that out of the water.
You feel like this one has to go in here. 4 behind with 3 to play would be a very difficult task. 3 behind is hard enough.
5 feet below the hole, downhill for Thitikul.
No, no, no. It's just that second shot at 13 and the second shot at 15. Mistakes that lead to bogeys on holes that Lydia made.
It was just a quick pick up with that left shoulder through impact.
Lydia waiting back on the 16th tee. She won her first title this season in Bradenton. 4 down with 3 to play. Jeeno Thitikul on the tee at 16.
Wind easing up quite a bit. That whole location right in the middle of this green today.
Well, she's made a couple of long. Lydia's got about 4.5 feet for par. This is Thitikul for birdie.
She is atop that same ridge we saw Cope putt up and over a few moments ago, so she'll have a good idea of the speed on this.
She's still going to be away. Just 4 birdies all day at 16.
It's a tough, I mean.
And back at the 16th, par putts first for Thitikul.
Left herself a lot of work coming back, about 10 feet back up the hill.
It was a really good start, but then
Slope. Kind of hit a pull shot from those upslopes.
Gino back on the tee. Still raining out there, Amy?
It's actually eased up a little bit, so maybe it was just a little pop-up. Still gusting quite a bit, though. This par 4 17th, 403 yards today.
She's lost this one right. That she pitched right at the bunker. That's not gone very far either. 4 shots behind. You can't afford to hit that shot off the tee at 17. Back with Jeeno Thitikul here at the 17th, second shot.
A challenging second shot. Totally blind. Can't see this green at all with this high lip in front of her. Out ahead of this bunker. She's got 167 to this front pin.
She's got to try and go for it. She's 4 behind. And it's going to end up in that bunker on the downslope.
You say no one's got up and down from that bunker yet today?
Correct.
Yeah. It's just not easy. I mean, you don't have an awful lot of green to use past that flag to be aggressive with it, so.
So at the 17th, you can see the ball there of Yan Liu. She's going to have that for a bogey. This is the 3rd shot now for Thitikul. This might need to go in. Oh, it just came out too soft on her.
It's just so hard to make yourself hit that hard enough.
When Lydia's in this sort of form, she had that dip in her career where she did struggle with the golf swing, and it was tough to watch, knowing how good she was when she was a teenager and what she had done, and then to see that slip in form. But she's back now where she belongs, and we don't know how long she's going to be playing the game as a professional, but going to be enjoying watching over the next several seasons. This one would be nice if it goes in for Gino. Try and keep some hopes alive. No, we're not quite in 4 or 5 just yet.
I think the fact that Lydia is so competitive so soon after getting into the Open.
With Lydia playing really well and Nelly playing really well, that would be a fitting end to the season if those two were battling for that $4 million first prize that Terry Duffy from the CME group will hand out there on Sunday evening. Gino just cleaning up.
What she did.
There's front page news beyond just the LPGA, even beyond the sports pages. She was at the Met Gala, remember, starring there, turning heads. Now Gino, how will this day feel for her?
I think she'll be a little disappointed, but she's also a competitor and knows that she didn't have the right shot when it came down to it. That she went over the green a couple of times at crucial moments, but she's pounded another drive down this 18th fairway.
She's taken on that right side. After another brilliant drive, Jeeno Thitikul.
Ball just slightly below her feet. She's got 150 to the hole.
That's nothing into this flag. What a tee shot, Amy.
309 yesterday. I would imagine it was about the same today.
Great shot.
And through 8 holes, it was Thitikul by 2 straight missed cuts. All right, there is some money at stake here. A couple of putts to break out of that tie for second for Gino.
Wouldn't put it past her to make this. Certainly gave it a go.
I think she said to Lydia, let me go ahead and finish up here.
Yeah.
This leaderboard, Karen, got New Zealand in front, got Korea represented, Hate on You, Thailand's Thitikul, Japan, Yuka Saso, also Philippines as well, Nelly Korda, of course, world number 1, Mexico, Switzerland in that top 10 as well, Denmark, come from all over. And they've made this tour a better place, and Jeeno Thitikul is an absolute star, former number 1 of the world, past champion next week at the Walmart Northwest